Elida Guzman was last seen at the Gateway Bar, an establishment that her family owned in the 500th block of Pleasanton Road near Division Avenue in San Antonio, Texas. After shutting down the business during the early morning hours of October the 23rd, 2008, she returned to her home on the south side of the city. She has not been seen or heard from since. When Guzman's children were waiting for her to meet them on October the 26th, 2008, there was no sign that the woman they loved had no intention of showing up. As minutes turned to hours, the siblings made calls and even visited Guzman's home. She was gone. Guzman's truck was parked in front of her home. It was locked up with her purse inside. Guzman's keys and cellular phone disappeared with her, but she had her home, she had her business, her children, her grandchildren, she had her bank accounts, she had clothing, furniture, food, and a refrigerator, which was all left behind untouched. Her family never believed she left on her own accord, as she was close to her children and grandchildren. Every bit of evidence was collected from her home, police said. We were unable to locate her. Guzman's family and friends put up flyers and combed the south side of town looking for any trace of her, and they've still been unable to find answers to the questions they asked today. Her daughter, Mary Ann Briones, said she can't stop thinking about it. There isn't a day that goes by that we don't wonder, that we don't do a double take and say, oh, was that her? Could that have been her? Or did someone take her? Where did they take her? All the what ifs, all the unanswered questions are in our heads every day, and the not knowing, it hurts, she said. It's like a horrible nightmare. She said, somebody stole my mother. I know she didn't go on her own free will. Someone took my mother away, all of our kids' grandmother away. We've lost this important piece of our family. Our holidays will never be the same. Everyday barbecues, things like that are never the same, and now we live every day with this big hole in our hearts that we just can't seem to resolve, simply not by not knowing what happened to her. Even though it's been many years, we believe that someone may know something, said Officer Elisa Prenda, a spokesperson for the San Antonio Police Department. We're not ruling foul play out at this point. There is sparse information as to where she could be or who she might be with, said Prenda. At age 50, Elida Guzman was becoming better with age, Briones said. Her mother just didn't improve herself. She also motivated her children to do better. It's made Briones treasure a moment from that day before, just hugging her and saying, bye, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow never came, and we didn't get to see her again, Briones said. While loved ones and even police accept the fact that Guzman may no longer be alive until they know where Guzman is, the questions and efforts to look for her continue. It's been several years and we all miss her, they said. We wish that we didn't have to go through this and simply lose her the way that we've lost her, Briones said. I hope that someone can help us and bring that some closure to this never-ending mystery that we now live in. Worse, Briones said, is knowing that she's not the only one in pain, knowing that there's no peace, knowing that there's no closure, and there's so many unanswered questions, so many things that we wish that we knew or could resolve for each other. I hate knowing that my siblings are feeling the same way that I feel, she said. I just wish that we could feel a little bit better. I would hope that someone could put themselves in our situation and at least try to provide some peace of mind, Briones said. Police want that closure too. She has been missing since 2008, and her family needs to know what happened to her. They deserve to have that answer. Guzman's family and the police hope the renewed attention on the case encourages the people who know what happened to finally come forward. Guzman's case is one of hundreds of missing person cases San Antonio police are investigating. Her case remains unresolved. Elida Mendoza Guzman, a Hispanic female, was born on June 18, 1958, with brown hair and brown eyes. She is 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighed approximately 140 pounds when she disappeared at age 50. She has a mole on her right cheek and a tattoo on her right hand. Her ears are pierced and usually wears gold earrings. If you have any information on Elida Guzman's whereabouts, you're asked to call San Antonio Police Department's Missing Persons Unit at 210-207-7660. And if you would like to remain anonymous, please contact your local Crime Stoppers unit.